news that just ruined everything. It's like we've been studying for 2 years straight and now there's absolutely no chance to get a grade that we deserve, and it will just be based entirely on what a teacher believes of us. And resit as private candidates and wait for 2021 to sit an actual exam. So hello, my name is Leah and this is my study channel. I'm year 13 student doing biology, chemistry and maths, and since the government has cancelled exams, I just needed to make a video explaining from a student's perspective how this is really unfair. And personally, I have an offer for medical school, and if they go ahead with this teacher assessment and predicted grades assessment and from recent test assessment, I will not be going to medical school because my teachers will not be predicting me 3 A's most likely. And the way the government is organising it is that they want any student who's not happy with their grades that the teachers decide for them. They want them to have to wait an entire year to sit them with all the year 12s as a gap year student and retake them, bearing in mind that most universities for medicine do not accept resits. Yeah, they just want people to resit them in a literal year, and they need to rethink this very quickly. And you know, I'm wearing a suit because I mean business, okay? I just wanted to make a video and just point out from someone who's done GCSEs how inaccurate predicted grades are in predicting a student's capabilities. They're made from SATs results, which you do when you're literally in year 6, which is irrelevant, completely irrelevant, because knowledge is like from the exams, it's what is like an answer. So it's like you can improve very, very easily. Say one day you didn't know what 3 times 2 was, then you spend a lot of hard work finding out what 2 times 3 is, and then by the time it's the exam you'll know exactly what the answer to that is. But based on predictions from your teachers who are human, so they have subjective judgments and they can be very biased and are not impartial to anything. And even small things like perhaps being late and not having done homework, small things like that, teachers can take as personal things that affect their opinion of you as a student and makes them predict you lower. When life is more complex than if you're late, say you were cooking for your little brother for their breakfast, or you were taking them to school, or you had to leave early. It's like there's so many things in this world that are affecting children's attendance and things like that, that it is just so ridiculous to use predicted grades, and they're just really inaccurate. So I just wanted to read out my predicted grades from GCSEs, and I ended up doing very, very well in my GCSEs, and my predictions do not show that. I was predicted grade 7s, which is an A, in chemistry, physics and biology, and you know, that's a fair enough prediction from a teacher. A grade 7, an A is respectable. But in every single one of those subjects, I ended up getting a grade 8, an A star. So that's already 3 under predictions in all of the science subjects, which are so core. And to be honest, when people are looking at your results, they want to see a higher number of A stars compared to A's. So the teachers predicting 7s think they're doing you a good service, but still they're under predicting. In geography, I really love geography. I did so well in the tests. I got 100% many times, but still I was predicted a grade 7 because my school did not predict above a grade 7 because it was the new exam and they didn't want to over predict so that it would look like the teacher was underperforming if people did worse than they predicted. So yeah, I was predicted grade 7 and A, but then in the actual exam I ended up getting a grade 9, which is an A star and is the highest grade achievable. So already, if I was awarded the results my teachers had predicted me, all I would have is 7s at this point. Now in German, I was predicted a grade 5, which is a C, and here is also where prior assessments and things shouldn't be used to predict, because in the November mocks I got a grade 3, which is like a D or something, and I've made videos about how I improved and stuff like that. But yeah, so say with this new mechanism they're going to like add up all of your grades and like divide them, blah, 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 and then just do all of that to work out a grade. So say from that they just used my 3 grade and then just, you know, did some algorithms on it to see what grade I'd get. I'd probably get like, what, a grade 4, like for the final grade without having sat anything. And actually in the final exam, after working so hard from November and, well, and before that, but that didn't really work. But yeah, literally I worked so hard and went to every single like revision session available. I did so much independent study that my teacher would never know about. I completed the entire syllabus on this app where you can go through all of the vocabulary, all of the grammar, and I ended up improving from a grade 3 to a grade 7, which is an A. And, you know, as being predicted a 3, it's just showing how predicted grades do not help, they don't show what you're actually capable of, and they're not accurate and shouldn't be used as such in this situation. So the time is 3 o'clock on the 20th of March, and the government website gov.uk has released their statement on what is going to be done with exams. And first of all, I think it was really irresponsible of Boris Johnson to just drop the exams cancelled like that, so without second thought, because honestly when that happened, all of my school friends were completely distraught, because we all know that the predictions are so low compared to what we know that we can get and what we know that we deserve, considering the work that we've done. And for my school, the only thing that the predictions were based on was the final exams of year 12, when there was so much going on for me especially. Yeah, so it's like there's so many factors, so many personal reasons that can affect people in one exam. And even with the assessments throughout the year, it's obviously that people from like February, people start revising, and in a really intense manner that will increase their grades significantly. And for me that was in German, like increasing from literally a fail to an A. So it's like, it's just so upsetting to see that this is going to be occurring. Yeah, so with the on gov.uk, they're saying that the government are going to cancel all of the exams for A-levels, Gcses, other qualifications and all primary assessments to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Yeah, so to quote, it says, "This means ensuring GCSE A and AS level students are awarded a grade which fairly reflects the work that they have put in." So, as I said before, this is not really reflecting that throughout the entire 2 years, people are not so intensely revising because they know that they have the exam period to actually study for and where they can improve their grades significantly, because predicted grades are from so long ago that it's just completely irrelevant to the person that you are now, especially with university offers. People might so gov.uk is saying that the exam boards will be discussing the exam boards will be asking teachers who know their students well to submit their judgment about the grade that they believe the teacher would have received if the exams would have gone ahead. So if you asked my lovely German teacher in March of 2018 what grade she would have thought I would have gotten after getting a 3 in the mocks and doing badly in most of the exams before that, she would have said a 4. She would have said that very confidently, like, she's a lovely girl, she probably would have gotten a 4 though, like, it's a shame, you know, whatever, moving on, next student. But that's what I'm saying, it's just like, it's just so unfair that there's absolutely no chance for the work that has been done now to be recognised. And even for myself, the day that the announcement came through, I literally woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning and revised straight until like 5 p.m. when I got this news that just ruined everything. It's like we've been studying for 2 years straight, and now there's absolutely no chance to get a grade that we deserve, and it will just be based entirely on what a teacher believes of. I went in for my last ever practical for the practical endorsement of chemistry, and my teacher himself didn't believe the news at all, and he was saying, oh, of course that'll be postponed, da, da, da. He wasn't acknowledging it, and people were really upset. But yeah, he literally said that he doesn't think that teachers would be involved because they're obviously not impartial, and he said that like completely not believing that the government would trust the teachers' decision on the grades. And personally, I have 6 teachers, 2 for each subject, and I can say that none of them would predict me the grades that I know I would have got if I was able to sit this exam, and that is just facts. Overall, my predictions aren't that bad, but I know for others they are very, very low, and it's like, what is the solution for this? Like, are we going to have to all resit as private candidates and wait for 2021 to sit an actual exam? Well, that means that we would have to learn everything again. Like, literally, I have all of these flashcards I made, like, that no one's going to care about. Like, literally, like, all of these on one small topic. And it's like, none of that is going to be accounted for because they're going to be looking at the past. They're going to be looking at tests that people have cheated on. Like, for our chemistry mock, I can confidently say that everyone cheated because someone accidentally sent round like the locked paper that was, I don't even know, but I didn't see it, so everyone else ended up getting really, really high, which set the grade boundaries high. So that's why everyone has high predictions apart from me. So they're gonna all do well. I'm rejoicing that the exams are cancelled, and that's because they know that they're predicted higher than they would have got. Read the rest of the article, and they say, we recognise that students won't be happy to not be able to sit their exam, and if they don't feel their calculated grade reflects their performance, they'll have the opportunity to sit an exam at the earliest reasonable opportunity in summer 2021. So for the year 12s of this year, there's going to be thousands more people sitting those exams, which means the intake for university next year will be so much more competitive because there's going to be so many gap year students who will have to take an entire year out of their lives to resit this exam when there's literally no option to sit this exam because of the government's decision. What I would like the government to do is to take in account the situation and to have a set of exams for this cohort of A-level students and Gcses students, I suppose, and have a chance for them to sit their exams in like November and not have to wait an entire year to sit their exams to see the grades that they actually deserve and have worked for 2 years. And I don't think that is a difficult ask. I don't think that is something that is impossible to do. I think it is definitely something that needs to happen. Even though that would mean people would lose their university places, me included, I'd rather have that than have to spend an entire year and then have to resit and have it look like you're resitting out of choice, and like from like when it's like you had no option to actually sit the exam in the first place. So they definitely need to, like, even if it was in January, but there needs to be a separate exam from the one with all the cohorts of the year 12s, so that they're separated, so that it can be fair for all of the students involved. Obviously, as a prospective medical student, I definitely understand the weight of the outbreak at the moment. I believe that the government should take this into consideration and have a chance for people to actually sit their exams, not resit them because there's been no sitting. They should be able to sit the exams before the 2021 summer exams. I feel like that's bare minimum for all the exam boards because the papers are already written and they've been checked and everything, so they definitely should be sat fairly. So thank you for watching this video, and I'm not sure, obviously my content will have to change on this channel because there are no exams, my A-levels are finished, and I thought I'd be going to medical school in September, but the way things are moving, I'll have to be taking an entire year out to resit them, and paying hundreds of pounds to resit every single subject, which is completely heartbreaking. But you know, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.